my name's Leonie and welcome to my first FlossTube video. Today is Saturday the 18th of February 2017. I can't believe where the year's gone already. It's more than halfway through February. That's the way it is. I have been planning to do one of these since the beginning of January and I'm finally getting to a point where I think I will be uploading a video today, but we'll see. Considering the number of times I've started the video. We haven't got there yet, but we'll see. Anyway, quick introduction. I know there's like the know your needle worker tags and stuff, and to be honest I didn't look at them up before I started, so I'm just going to do a real cook's tour. I'm an Aussie. You've probably guessed that already from the accent. I live in Perth in Western Australia. I grew up in the Pilbara, which is the northwest of Western Australia. For those of you that don't know, it's where the iron ore comes from, and where I grew up, so I've got red dirt in my blood. I work in the iron ore industry as well. I am married. I have 3 stitching buddies. I have 2 cats and a dog. They're both beautiful fur babies. And I have been stitching on and off since my early 20s, but probably the last 7, 8, 9 years is really where I've done more of my stitching. I got involved with Craft Bubble when that first came out, and I don't know, was that 8 years ago or something? And sort of forums sort of got me going again with stitching, and then sort of Facebook, and then obviously FlossTube and blogging. Blogging is one of the biggest things that got me back into stitching again, getting involved in different blogs and swaps and stuff that went on with blogs. So I have a blog. My blog is Fireflies and Cats in the Garden, so I've had that since 2010. And if I can work out how to link it down the bottom, I'll do that. And my name through the blogging community is Stitching Noni, and anything I do, sort of FlossTube or whatever, is Stitching Noni. So you may have seen that around, you may not have done, but that's me. Yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to run my videos. I know some people have plans. I have got some notes here, but I haven't really worked out how I want to do this, because I want to just get my first one done and then we'll see how we go. So I've got some whips here that I'm currently working on. I don't do a rotation as such. I list out all the sales I want to take part in through the various Facebook groups, Stitch Mania and a couple of others that I'm in. And I sort of pick what I'm going to work on a little bit with that, and I'm also in some monthly sales that come out, like the Fantasy Lakeside one and the Dragon one and things like that. So I try and work my stitching to go with the sales if I can, or what I feel like stitching that day, that evening when I get home from work. I try to plan, but plans go out the window. What can you do? So I'm going to put the cup of tea down somewhere I don't knock it over, and let's just start and see how we go. So the first whip I thought I would show you is the Lakeside Needlecraft Fantasy Stitch Along. Now pretty much most of you have seen this, some of you are stitching it. I am not up to date. That's just life. I'm not up to date. So the first thing is that's how far the bottom half is. I haven't actually stitched all of that border. I don't think I'm going to. I'm still thinking about it, because I actually just like it with the circles. I think the circles look lovely. So we'll see how we go. So December, I was doing really well until December, and then that was I sort of got caught up with doing some other stuff in December and didn't finish it. I've since started January and February, and that's my gorgeous little pooping unicorn. Don't you love me? The border that I'm doing this, so everything's stitched in DMC. The fabric I'm doing this on is 32 count Joblin called Silver Springs from Colour Cascades, and I just absolutely just think this is just such a beautiful piece of fabric. Absolutely love this. I've actually got some more of this in my stash because I love the colour. The border, which is variegated, and I decided to do with a bit of variegation rather than stick with one colour, is a thread from an Australian company called Cottage Garden Threads, and it's called Heliotrope. So that's it there. So it's got all these gorgeous blues and purples and pinky colours in it. Just absolutely gorgeous. Stitching that border while we were watching the Tour de France, and don't know how many times I frogged it. So I just kept getting caught up in the Tour de France, and that was the end of that. But that's where that's at. So hopefully we'll get back into that at some point. Another one I'm doing is a Facebook group called 10 a Day. So I joined that. I actually joined it late. So it was about mid-January when I sort of got off my behind and joined it. And I'm doing Satsuma Street's dog park for that one. And this is where we're at. So I did some catch up. Instead of doing 10 a day, I was doing 20, 25 a day to sort of try and get myself by the end of January up to the 310 I should have done. I was actually surpassed that, which was a bit naughty because it's supposed to be 10. I've been doing all the yellow, and I've obviously got to move the Q-snap soon. So the last couple of nights I've actually changed to the green of the tree, because I'm starting to get a bit bored with doing yellow, and also I'm getting to the spot where I need to change the Q-snaps around. I have a Scooby-Doo with this one. And I have a grime guard. This is the first grime guard my hubby made for me, and he's made me a couple of others since time he made me some more, because I need some more. So this fabric is hand dyed by Stephanie, and it's 28 count Murano called Caramel Macchiato. I have never had hand dyed by Stephanie until sort of just in December. I ordered some, and this was one of the ones I ordered, and I absolutely love this colour. I love her fabrics, so I'll have to get some more. I've got another one in a minute, which I'll show you, which is hers as well. Another one that I'm doing is, this is a really old one, so this is called the Deer and Grapes Mystery Sampler, and this is by Jean Farish. This was released, I think it was in 3 parts from memory. It's either 3 or 4 parts, and it came out in 2015. So I bought it and started stitching it when it came out, and then got bored, because I'm not a sampler person generally, so I got bored. But I had at least done the border to the halfway mark. I had completed that motif. I'd done all that blue wiggly stuff. I'd completed that motif, and most of that, there was only this little bit here that I sort of hadn't done. So I joined Stitch and Petunia, Terry's 17 a day challenge on her Stitching Station Facebook group, and I picked this one because I wanted to get this done. It's been sitting around for a couple of years almost, so I just wanted to get it done. So since then, I've finished off that. I've finished all that. I've done that herringbone line, and I've started on the ABC, and I've been pretty good, and most of the time stuck to 17 a day. Every now and then I've done a little bit more, where I've just wanted to get like a little bit that's a bit more than 17, or finish that colour or something, but generally I've stuck to 17 a day. Now this fabric, which you can't really see it that well, is from an Australian company that's no longer making hand-dyed fabrics, but it was from Stitches and Spice, and it was Autumn Glade, and that's I had that sitting around and gave it a go, and I absolutely love it. So I'm hoping to sort of keep going now and just keep this going. And there's not, if you think about it, there's not a lot. There's a lot of words in there, but there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to get that one done. The other one I'm also doing is Frosted Pumpkin Happily Ever After. This is the first one of their stitch-alongs that I've actually done. I've never done any of the others, although, you know, I fell in love with some of the ones I saw last year. I've done a couple of small things of theirs, which I was in like a Just Cross Stitch magazine or whatever. So this is the first time I've actually done one of their mysteries. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I have made a couple of little changes already, as you'll see when you see it. The border I am stitching in a Dinky Dyes thread called Calamunda, which is this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colourway. I just absolutely love this. And there's actually a story to why I'm using Calamunda. I used to live in Calamunda because of West Australian. A lot of the Dinky Dyes threads are actually named after West Australian places, Kalamunda, the Pilbara, Kununurra. I know some people have got Kununurra and they didn't know how to pronounce Kununurra. It's Kununurra. So they've got Swan Valley. There's a whole bunch of different things. They're actually named after places around here, so it's actually really nice. You're sort of stitching with something that you've been to. So, and there's also another significant thing. My husband lived in Lesmurdie when we met, and Lesmurdie's next door to Kalamunda, it's the next suburb. And we used to actually we met sort of just to say hello occasionally on the bus as we were going in to and from work, and sort of things happen. Now we're married. The other change I'm making is that I'm going to use this Jodery thread called Christmas Dawn, and I'm going to use that in this bit here. And so doing the Happily Ever After, just for something a little bit different. And you would have noticed that I have Mr. Darcy. I love Colin Firth. It's alright, happy nose. He's aware of it. So, anyway, here is my Happily Ever After. I have gone for a completely different fabric to what everybody else I think is using. I know a lot of people are using more of a light one. I've decided to use this dark blue. It's actually called Dark Fantasy, and it is also from Colour Cascades fabric from Tammy. It's a 32 count Belfast. So far everything looks like it's sort of showing up quite nicely, and hopefully it won't get lost as we go through. So, but that's as far as I've got on that one. But I absolutely love that fabric. It's so pretty. I also are doing the Plum Street Samplers 12 Days of Christmas. I have completely changed this one. I'm not normally a changer, but I've got Jodery threads in my cupboard. I'm in the thread club, and I just wanted to do some Jodery threads on this. So this is what I'm doing. Completely different colourway to the traditional. I have used a darker, like a black border. I'm not sure what you can actually see. And I've just completely changed how it goes. So the colours that I'm using are, this is Sensibility. This one is Wuthering Heights. I did the border in this one, which is Midnight Hour. I'm also going to do the black bits in the design in that one, so like the swan and the birds and everything, so do that. And then this one is the Old Curiosity Shop. The fabric I'm doing this is Gold Digger from Colour Cascades fabric, and this is, I did write that down, 28 count Joblin. So yes, if I bring it back a bit, you can sort of see. I haven't actually cut the end off. I was sort of a bit nervous when I was doing it, so I started in the corner and then thought I'd just leave myself some chance. But yeah, so that's that one. I'm actually really pleased the way that's turned out, but we'll see how we go with the rest of it. Sort of, I started this for the 12 Days of Stitchmas, and I did the border when we were on a cruise in early December, and then I sew each day. That's why each day's got a bit of a start. I just sort of tried to start each day when we were doing the Stitch Mania 12 Days of Stitchmas. So that's that one. I am also, I have a Halloween piece which I'm currently doing. So this one is for two different sales. So I'm in a Halloween Orny blog, which is what we do each month. We have a theme and we stitch something for Halloween that's on the theme. So this year I decided to choose one whole design and try and finish the design with each of the themes. There's a couple of us actually doing this design now for the blog, so the themes actually matching really well. So the first month was the moon, the second month was a witch, the march is going to be spiders and cobwebs, so it'll all sort of, and there's spooky words, and then there's green and stuff, so that'll all work. This is also my trick or treat sale, all year round sale for Stitch Mania, so I'm stitching this for that one as well. And that's just done on a very plain piece of purpley, you can't really see purple, well, it's sort of bloomed up purple, and I've got it upside down. That's good. Good start. So this is it. So I've done the moon and I've done the witch and her familiars. So I'm back stitching as I go on this, so that each piece is actually finished. So we'll see how we go from there. So that one is done. I forgot to say, the 12 days of Christmas I'm doing for the Christmas all year round on Stitch Mania, as well as our Christmas Orney blog. So the same thing with the Christmas Orney blog, we have a theme. This year we've got two themes. We're doing either 12 days of Christmas, so you can do any 12 days of Christmas, whether it's Plum Street Sampler, Satsuma Street, Joan Elliott's, so many different 12 days of Christmas, or there's a monthly theme like Christmas trees, Santa, whatever. So that's my choice for that blog, as well as the Stitch Mania Christmas all year round. The last one I'm going to show you is the Birthstone Dragons from Ingleside Imaginarium. So I started the January one for January, and I started some border, which I'm doing in PB26 just to give it some sparkle, because dragons like the sparkle. And I started the February one just very quickly the other night for my Euro starts in Stitch Mania. So obviously I've got to move my Q-snap, but I want to finish my January before I go back onto this. So this is what I'm planning on working on this weekend, if I can get a bit more of him finished, and then I can move the Q-snaps and probably put it on a bigger Q-snap. We'll see how we go. This is being stitched on Frozen Fractals by Hand Dyed by Stephanie, and it is, I just put that written down somewhere, 28 count Lugana, and that's actually really quite nice. It's got a little opalescent shine in it as well, but it's a bit hard to see, but yes, so that's really pretty, quite like that. What else was I going to show? I think that's about it. The other thing I was going to very quickly show you is, even though I'm doing Stitch from Stash, confession time, I had to buy this. So this has just come out. So this is Henry VIII and his wife's, and when I saw it, I had to buy it. It was only $8 or something, so that's my one and only buy so far this month, and I'm going to try and keep it at that. But the other thing is, I just thought I might show you some fabric that I just got, which is part of my Fabric of the Month Club from Colour Cascades. So this is the January one, which is Clouds. And this is 32 count Belfast. So that's Clouds. And I've just also got Under the Sea fabric. So Leslie holds 3 months for me, just to save on postage out to Australia. So I've got my 3 months. So this is Keone, which I think everybody's seen. I'm pretty sure most people have seen these. And Khaleesi. Love Khaleesi. Absolutely love it. And Evergreen. And I also get a Fabric of the Month from Jodery Designs from Michelle in the UK. This one is her Year of the Rooster. I don't think I can actually get the right colour, but it's sort of like a pale creamy colour with a bit of a purpley bit on the bottom, which is really quite pretty. So that I also get in, I actually get that in 28 count Opal Brittany, which is really quite lovely. And I did just drop some threads on the floor, but I also, this is the, I actually won one of her competitions over the Christmas period. She had an advent competition, so I got some threads, and I actually get threaded a month as well, which fell on the floor, so maybe next time. I think that's it for now. So this is a 20-minute video, so I will check and see how long this takes to upload. I will try and do another one at some point in the future, and we'll see how we go. Try and show you some other stuff that I've got. I've got stacks of whips to show you. Hopefully I'll be able to show you some progress on those. That's how we go. So for now I will say goodbye and see you next time. So happy stitching. See ya. Bye.